At last, I've got myself a drive in the British Touring Car Championship. It's by far the most exciting racing there is, with 25 races all over Britain and 9 manufacturers taking part. But before I start, just one thing.
154, please, sir.
Right, cheers.
Thank you.
Don't worry, I'm not going to drive this. This is where I'm doing my driving. This is the other Auto Trader British Touring Car Championship 1/32nd scale. This championship runs in parallel with the full-size series throughout the season.
We're actually taking the final to Silverstone on the 24th of September, the same day as the full-size touring car final. And it's something that everyone taking part in our series is aiming to get to.
The cars look in every detail just like the real thing. Among the competitors, you'll find Simone's Alfa Romeo and the Ford Mondeo driven by Paul Radisich. BMW are represented by a 3-car team, and in their case, even the sponsorship is real.
Our colleague Alan Slade put a business plan together to BMW GB Limited, and they said yes, and they trumped up the cheque a few weeks later.
More in keeping with the scale of the cars, perhaps, is the deal secured by 14-year-old Scott Lasalle.
Yeah, I was sponsored by the person I'm doing my paper around for, Richard Pygo of Eveleys.
And do you think he gets good value from his sponsorship?
Yeah, I think so. I give him a bit of publicity in the local paper, so he doesn't do too bad.
So, this is my car, an Alfa 155. Well, look, I've got my name on it as well. So, tell me about this car then, Duncan.
Right, well, you've got quite a good car there. Last weekend, it was the Class A winning car at Southwick. 4 clear laps over everybody else. It's basically Alfa Romeo 155. We've lowered it a bit, widened the rear axles, to give you a chance of keeping it on, we've detuned the motor for it.
Have you really? Oh, I see. As the preliminary heats of today's meeting get underway, the competition is intense. But the preparation begins long before the cars get to the track. What can you do to improve performance?
Well, what you basically would do is perhaps change the wheels that the car comes with as standard, change the tyre compound, the tyre sizes, modify the guide slots so that you can actually get it to run a lot better in the track, and of course oil the motor from the inside.
The development is in the chassis, but we're not allowed to tune the engine at all. They've got to remain as bought. So all the development work comes in actually choosing the right gear ratio, the right tyre compound, the right wheels. As I said, next year I'm developing a car that's got fully adjustable splitters, wings. The whole front end is completely adjustable. So we have a chassis we can set up for every track, literally. You can adjust as on a real car.
As in all motorsport, you need a good mechanic's toolkit, but it's not every day you see the cars in the bottom drawer. Nigel, talk me through all this here.
Well, in the top we've got the controllers, the tyre cleaning kit, motors in the second shelf with guides, and then tyres and all the spares in the bottom.
Now it's time for my qualifying heat, and the opposition looks pretty impressive. I've got to ease back on the throttle at this jump. Oh, no, I've done well there, look at it. Straight at the straight, flat out. Oh, I've rolled it, look at that. Oh, lads. Oh, dear. I'm actually the last, aren't I? Well, it won't surprise you to know that I didn't make the final, but my Top Gear stablemate Duncan did, as did one of the works BMWs. So, the end of a great day's racing, and the winner, 14-year-old Edward Clayton from Melton Mowbray. Well done, Edward.
Thanks very much.
Driving the Alfa Romeo. Have you had any hard moments today at all?
It was hard when I was chasing up for second, and then my arch rival was taken out.
By you?
By me.
All part of the game, I guess. But why do people travel the length of the country to race slot cars?
The adrenaline flow, it's as near as you're going to get to the real thing.
It's your reflexes. It's living. It's the adrenaline keeping you going, making you respond.
It is a hobby, but you don't like losing.
Well, if you want to compete in the real British Touring Car Championship, it'll probably cost you about £250,000. But if you want to compete in this one, you can do it for less than 100. That's not including the beer, of course.
When the